You can't look at the competition and say you're going to do it better. You have to look at the competition and say you're going to do it differently. Honorable Professor Dr. C. Basvaraju, Vice Chancellor of Karnataka State Law University, Hubballi, Distinguished Advocate P.N. Rajeshwara, High Court of Karnataka, esteemed Advocate Mr. Preetam Surana, beloved Principal of KLE Society's Law College, Dr. J. Mallikarjunayya, enthusiastic participants, respected professors, and all the students of law. A very hearty and warm morning to everyone assembled in this august gathering. On behalf of the organizing committee and the institution, I extend my affectionate greetings to all of you for the inauguration ceremony of the 5th SURANA in SURANA and KLE Law College National Constitutional Law Moot Court Competition 2022-23. I am Deeksha Ferwani, member of the Moot Court Committee and the host of this ceremony. To invoke God's blessing on this auspicious occasion, I invite Ms. Sahitya Pujari, student of first year BLLB, to perform the invocation song.
ಗಣಪತಿಯನ್ನ ಪಾಲಿಸೋ ಗಂಭೀರ ಗಣಪತಿಯನ್ನ ಪಾಲಿಸೋ ಗಂಭೀರ ಗಣಪತಿಯನ್ನ ಪಾಲಿಸೋ ಗಂಭೀರ ಗಣಪತಿಯನ್ನ ಪಾಲಿಸೋ ಗಂಭೀರ ಪಾರ್ವತಿ ನಂದನ ಸುಂದರ ವದನ ಪಾರ್ವತಿ ನಂದನ ಸುಂದರ ವದನ ಸಾರ್ವಾದಿ ಸುರ ಪ್ರಿಯ ಶಿರಬಾಗುವೆನ ಸಾರ್ವಾದಿ ಸುರ ಪ್ರಿಯ ಶಿರಬಾಗುವೆನ ಗಣಪತಿಯನ್ನ ಪಾಲಿಸೋ ಗಂಭೀರ ಆದಿ ಪೂಜಿತ ನೀನು ಮೋದ ಭಕ್ತರಿಗಿತ್ತು ಆದಿ ಪೂಜಿತ ನೀನು ಮೋದ ಭಕ್ತರಿಗಿತ್ತು ಮಾಧವನಲ್ಲಿ ಮನ ಸದಾ ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸೋ ನೀನು ಮಾಧವನಲ್ಲಿ ಮನ ಸದಾ ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸೋ ನೀನು ಗಣಪತಿಯನ್ನ ಪಾಲಿಸೋ ಗಂಭೀರ ಪಂಕಜನಯನ ಶ್ರೀ ವೆಂಕಟ ವಿಠಲನ ಪಂಕಜನಯನ ಶ್ರೀ ವೆಂಕಟ ವಿಠಲನ ಕಿಂಕರ ನೆನೆಸಿನ ಶಂಕರ ತನಯ ಕಿಂಕರ ನೆನೆಸಿನ ಶಂಕರ ತನಯ ಗಣಪತಿಯನ್ನ ಪಾಲಿಸೋ ಗಂಭೀರ ಗಣಪತಿಯನ್ನ ಪಾಲಿಸೋ ಗಂಭೀರ ಗಣಪತಿಯನ್ನ ಪಾಲಿಸೋ ಗಂಭೀರ. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sahitya. Now, I invite our IQAC coordinator, Dr. Manoj Kumar V. Hiramat, to welcome and introduce the guests of the occasion.
Thank you, Diksha. Good morning, one and all. Respected dignitaries present on the virtual platform and dear participants and my dear colleagues. It gives me immense pleasure to extend welcome to the honorable dignitaries, chief guest of the event and guests of honor of the event. Today, to inaugurate the 5th SURANA and SURANA KLE Law College Constitutional Law Moot Court Competition, we have with us our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Professor C. Basvaraju, Vice Chancellor of KSLU, Hubballi. I take this opportunity to introduce Professor Basvaraju briefly. Professor Basvaraju is a BA in English Literature, MA in English Literature, LLM in Constitutional Law, and obtained a PhD from University of Mysore. Sir is a seasoned teacher, researcher, administrator. Professor Basavaraju sir started his teaching career from the National Law School of India University in the year 1995, then moved on to University of Mysore Department of Law, joined as assistant professor and served in different capacity, professor, dean, chairman of the Department of Studies in Law, Mysore University. Sir has also served as Vice Chancellor in charge of Mysore University, Registrar of Mysore University, and syndicate member at Academic Council of the Mysore University. Sir also has served as Registrar of Evaluation, Karnataka State, Dr. Gangubai Hangal, Music and Performing Arts University, Mysore. Sir was also honorary director of Center for Information Science and Technology of University of Mysore. Sir is a seasoned researcher. Sir has published more than 125 research papers, both in national and international journals. Sir has published more than 4 books, which are very relevant for the law students and legal professionals. Sir has presented more than 175 research papers, both in national and international conferences. Sir has guided more than 18 students to obtain their PhD and presently guiding 8 students. Sir also has evaluated more than 95 PhD theses from the different universities. Sir is also instrumental in framing curriculum of various law schools and universities and law PG departments of different universities. Sir has visited different foreign countries for the academic purpose. To name few, Sir visited Jagiellonian University, Poland, and presented his research paper on environmental best practices in India and role of the judiciary, for which he was awarded Best Paper Award in the conference. Sir also visited the Supreme Court of Bhutan and had an interaction with the judges of the Supreme Court of Bhutan. Sir also visited Dubai to make a paper presentation on invitation on the topic role of higher and its different perspective, higher education and its different perspective of a contemporary issues at international conference conducted by South Asian countries, organized by Agilier Ruskin University, United Kingdom. Sir also visited China, where he presented a paper, The Role of Higher Education in Promoting Good Society at University of Guangzhou. As I said, Sir is a seasoned administrator. He has organized many national and international conferences, worked as a chairman and member of many statutory bodies of Mysore University as well as different universities. Sir is also was also member of many peer committee of NAC, visited more than 15 universities and more than 25 colleges as a chairman and member of the peer team. Sir has also worked on different board of appointments of the different university. To name few, Indira Gandhi National Open University, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar University, Lucknow, Sri Krishna Deva Raya University, Anantapur, Mahatma Gandhi University, Kottayam, University of Madras, University of Kerala, and University of Dharwad, Karnataka University of Dharwad. Sir has, to his credits, awards. Professor Basavaraju sir was awarded with Yashasvi Sadhaka Award in the 2011, Best Citizen of India Award 2012, National Integration Award in the year 2015, and RTI Awareness Award in 2015. With this brief introduction, I extend a wholehearted welcome to our Professor Dr. C. Basavaraju, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Karnataka State Law University, Hubballi. Welcome you, sir.
Welcome, sir.
We have today with us 2 guests of honor. One, Mr. Rajeshwar PN, advocate, who is always a part and parcel of a KLE family, who is ready to extend all the cooperation for academic activities of the KLE Law College. We are happy to have you as a guest of honor today, sir. I would like to briefly introduce Rajeshwar PN, advocate. Sir is a BLLB graduate from University Law College, Bangalore. When he was a student, he did participate in BCI Moot Court competition in 1989 and won a Best Student Lawyer in the year 1991-92 All India Intercollegiate Moot Court competition organized by Government Law College, Ernakulam. Sir was a very active student as a part of the Legal Aid and Consumer Protection Committee, University Law College, Bengaluru, and he was also active participant in youth parliaments and model parliaments conducted by YMCA. Sir has participated in many community-based law reform competition organized by National Law School. Sir started his career in the year 1993 from the office of Ashok B. Hinchageri, who went on to become a judge of the Honorable High Court of Karnataka later on. Sir, as on today, has more than 30 years of experience in conducting litigation, various courts of the Karnataka. Sir appears before High Court of Karnataka and all the benches of Karnataka High Court, also appears before tribunals and all the courts. Sir predominantly practices in the areas of revenue service, banking, educational service matters, company matters, consumer matters, and constitutional law matters. With this, Sir also represented as a special advocate in the matter of Krishna and Mahadayi interstate river water disputes, a special government advocate to defend the matters of Karnataka government in the matter of petition relating to the slaughter of preservation of Cattle Act 2021. So with this brief introduction, I extend a warm welcome to Rajeshwar PN sir. Welcome you, sir.
Welcome, sir.
I also take this opportunity to extend a heartfelt welcome to Preetham Surana, co-organizers of the present event. Preetham Surana sir, who is a part of SURANA and SURANA International Attorneys. He is now head administrator of dispute resolution practice. Also, he is head of the academic initiatives of the SURANA and SURANA International Attorneys. Sir is a BCom graduate and obtained his LLB degree, and is also having diploma in IT from NIIT. Sir has industrial experience in the sense manufacturing industry for around 20 years, and in the legal industry, sir has more than 12 years experience. Sir's areas of practice or profession is negotiation, mediation, financial advisory, investment and estate plans, infrastructure financing, project execution management and technology implementation, project studies, HR management, supply chain management, and license. Sir was also head of CII, head of the Finance Forum, CII Working Group on Infrastructure and Finance, CII Member Task Force International Linkages, MCCI member of MSME Committee, and Family Business Subcommittee of CII, and member of MSME Subcommittee of CII. Sir is very actively involved in establishing collaboration with the different law colleges in India and organizing the moot courts on various subjects. With this brief introduction, I extend a warm welcome to Preetham Surana sir. Welcome you, sir.
Welcome, sir.
I take to extend a warm welcome to our principal, Dr. J. Mallikarjunaya sir. Welcome you, sir. I extend warm welcome to all the participants from 48 different law colleges across India. I extend warm welcome to all the colleagues, administrative staff, and volunteers who are working for this event from last 2 months. I extend a warm welcome to all the members present on the meeting, and also those who are witnessing this particular event on the YouTube channel of the KLE Law College. Extend welcome to one and all. Thank you. Over to you, Disha.
Thank you, sir. Now, to get some wonderful insights of this prestigious moot court competition, Tanmay sir would be showing some glimpses of the SURANA and KLE Law College mooting journey through a video. Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to call upon this virtual stage Ms. Vaishnavi H., student of second year BBA LLB, to introduce to the participants all the teams that are taking part in this year's competition.
It's indeed an honor to host the 5th edition of SURANA and SURANA Constitutional Moot virtually after various successful previous editions. It is a privilege to welcome our honorable judges, esteemed guests, and our principal, Dr. J.M. Mallikarjunaya sir. Respected faculty members, participants, and everyone present today to witness the opening of the 5th edition of SURANA and SURANA Constitutional Moot, hosted by KLE Society's Law College, along with SURANA and SURANA attorneys. It's a privilege to host 44 teams from prestigious and remarkable institutions across the country. The following institutes are part of the 5th edition of SURANA and SURANA Constitutional Moot. Savita School of Law, Chennai, KLE Society's B.V. Bellard Law College, Belgavi, Sastra Deemed University, Tanjavur, National Law University, Jodhpur, Central University of South Bihar, Fatehpur, Himachal Pradesh National Law University, Shimla, Babu Banarasi Das University, Lucknow, Nasim Munji Institute of Management Studies, Hyderabad, Alliance University, Bangalore, Department of Law, Prestige Institute of Management and Research, Indore, Campus Law Center, Faculty of Law, University of Delhi, New Delhi, Christo Jayanti College of Law, Bangalore, JSS Sakri Law College, Hubballi, PS University, Bengaluru, Symbiosis Law College, Pune, Rajiv Gandhi National University of Law, Punjab, Nasim Munji Institute of Management Studies, Bengaluru, Uttaranchal University Law College, Dehradun, School of Legal Studies, Cochin University Science and Technology, Cochin, Nasim Munji Institute of Management Studies, Indore, KLE Society's KLE College of Law, Navi Mumbai, University of Petroleum and Energy Studies, Dehradun, Christ Academy Institute of Law, Bangalore, Institute of Law, Kurukshetra University, Haryana, IMS Unison University, Dehradun, Wells Institute of Science, Technology and Advanced Studies, Chennai, Amity Law School, Amity University, Noida, Rajiv Gandhi School of Intellectual Property Law, IIT Kharagpur, West Bengal, Nirma University Institute of Law, Ahmedabad, Delhi University Law Faculty Law Center 2, New Delhi, Symbiosis Law School, Hyderabad, Telangana, Chanakya National Law University, Patna, Bihar, School of Excellence in Law, Dr. Ambedkar Law University, Chennai, Amity Law School, Gwalior, Madhya Pradesh, MES Law College, Sirsi, Karnataka, National Law University and Judicial Academy, Guwahati, Assam, Maharashtra National Law University, Aurangabad, Maharashtra, Tripura Government Law College, Tripura, Government Law College, Kozhikode, Kerala, University Institute of Legal Studies, Punjab University, Chandigarh, Vivekananda Institute of Professional Studies, New Delhi, Tamil Nadu National Law University, Tamil Nadu, Christ University, Bangalore, Karnataka, United University, Allahabad, Uttar Pradesh, Thank you.
Thank you so much, Vaishnavi. At this stage, I request Mr. Preetam Surana, Head of Academic Initiatives at SURANA and SURANA International Attorneys, to deliver the prefatory note.
I believe we can't
Sir, we are unable to hear you.
My apologies.
Fine, we can hear now. Fine.
Chief guest, Professor C. Basavaraju, Vice Chancellor, Karnataka State Law University. Sri P.N. Rajeshwara, our guest of honor, Advocate, High Court of Karnataka. President and Principal, Ms. Dr. J.M. Mallikarjunaya, KLE Law College, Bangalore. Organizing committee members, Dr. Manoj Kumar V. Hiramat, Dr. Anita, Vice Principal, Ms. Rashmi, and Mr. Kavir Shankar. Other faculty members, staff, organizing committee, students, conveners, students of KLE, and my dear participants. My humble greetings and compliments. It is my privilege and pleasure to welcome you to the Moot Court Competition 2022-23. The competitions were created as provide an opportunity to students of law to participate in development of jurisprudence and to train them, give them an exposure by getting involved in the evolution, indirectly helping the consequential emergence of new laws, besides developing cutting-edge skills in research, writing, and advocacy. For the last 2 decades, the firm has administered, organized, hosted, and sponsored over a dozen moot court competitions every year. It is important to understand the background of this mammoth project. In the late 80s, Justice Krishna Iyer had visited the Surana family and was staying with them. In one of his such visits, he spoke at length with our founder, Sri P.S. Surana, about the need to nurture young law students with good advocacy skills. He was concerned about the fact that bright young law students were joining the corporate sector, thereby depriving the bar of good talent. This prompted our founder, Mr. P.S. Surana, who got inspired and executed a well-structured and transparent moot court competition platform for law students so that they have the opportunity to develop into a full-fledged legal professional. 40,000 students have been benefited by this program, which is now the world's largest moot court program. The moot court advocacy indicates the future of the mooter. This is something which Sri KTS Tulsi, a senior advocate Supreme Court, has always been saying, and who's also part of our moot court advisory board. Since the law students participate and enhance their confidence, their technique, help in honing their oratory skills, court craft, and demeanor, helps in training young minds so as to say what is important, and more importantly, what not to say, which is also a very important part as an advocate. The competitions provide the opportunity to students to develop their network, help find mentors, seniors. The early exposure is a confidence and positive booster, an attribute required to move forward and further for a law students so that they move towards a clear defined purpose and goal. I truly hope that we all enjoy this competition as a stakeholder, whether as an organizer, as a judge, as a participant, as a convener, faculty convener, student conveners, coordinators, volunteers, and more importantly, the participants. I wish all the participants good luck and Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, sir. Our institute, in collaboration with SURANA and SURANA International Attorneys, have successfully hosted 4 editions of this National Constitutional Law Moot Court competition from year 2017, 2018, 2019, and 2022, and have witnessed tremendous participation from numerous institutes of law and voracious participants from all over the country. These moots have assisted hundreds of students of law in honing their research skills, pleading skills, and overall has developed their personalities. This year of 2022-23, the 5th edition of our prestigious SURANA and SURANA Moot is being inaugurated with an exciting moot proposition containing features of various doctrines of interpretation of Schedule 7 of the Constitution and the gambling laws of India. And we are extremely excited to observe outstanding legal battles throughout the competition and further intellectual discourse. Technology has made us adapt to different circumstances with ease. And for the purposes of today's virtual event, I request our respected chief guest, Professor Dr. C. Basvaraju, to play a small video as a mark of inauguration and declare that the competition stands inaugurated. Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to request our chief guest to grace the occasion with the inaugural address.
Good morning to one and all.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning to one and all. I'm really today so happy. And also I have the privilege today to inaugurate this 5th National Constitutional Law Moot Court competition of 2022 and 23 through virtual mode. Firstly, respected Sri P.N. Rajendran, a senior advocate of High Court of Karnataka. Sri Pritam Surana, head of the SURANA and SURANA company. Then the principal and my colleague and Professor Mallikarjunayya, all the members of the organizing committee, and all the participants who are participating today in this moot court competition across the country, from various national law schools, then colleges, law colleges across the country, and all the invitees, ladies and gentlemen. Today is really a great day to have nearly more than 85 law colleges, including law universities, in this occasion of this 5th National Constitutional Moot Court Competition. Firstly, I congratulate the KLE Law School and also the SURANA and SURANA for conducting this very prestigious program, taking this program across the country to make our law students to build confidence, to build skills, and also to face the legal profession without any hurdles. Today, the relevance of law profession has been gaining momentum across the globe. Once upon a time, the law profession was considered as the least profession. Students never used to go and join. But today, it has become the priority for the students community to choose the law subject, law course as the first course in their profession. There are so many reasons for it. Today, there are more number of problems are coming up in the society. And we have been confronting with the various problems as a result of the growth of industrialization, growth of urbanization, and growth of civilization. As a result of this growth, many offenses are being committed, wrongs have been committed in different walks of life. So there is a need to address all these problems, issues, and needs to be tackled and provide appropriate remedies for the victims and for the innocent people. Today, our students' objective, the law students' objective, is not only to become the lawyer, to become an advocate, just to amass money, but also to involve in the social service activities. The moment they become lawyers, their objective should be to render service to the society. The last man of the rung of the society, expecting something from the society, and especially the law professionals. There are innumerable socio-economic, cultural, religious, linguistic problems which are coming up across the country. And unless and until we address these issues and to ensure justice to all, irrespective of their religion, irrespective of their caste, irrespective of their community, and irrespective of the way in which they have come from, the family background in which they have come from, there is a need to ensure justice. And that is the objective of even the Constitution of India. Our Constitution of India has ensured equality to all and equal justice to all. How to get equality to all and equal justice to all, unless and until the justice percolates down to the last man of the society. So therefore, the responsibility of the students, law students today, and including the law teachers and lawyers and judges and legal luminaries, has enhanced. The responsibility has become more. How to build the society, how to ensure an egalitarian type of society where there is no inequality, there is no exploitation, there is no maladministration, there is no corruption. There are so many social evils in the midst of which we are all living. Today, our law students, our legal fraternity has got more responsibility to ensure justice by recognizing and confronting all these issues. Among all the professions, why today, in the recent past, many of our students, they are going for legal profession. A legal profession is the only profession which can cater the justice to the needs of all kinds of societies, all kinds of people across the society. Law advice, legal opinion, justice is required for every individual, irrespective of their profession, irrespective of their religion. And therefore, a lawyer's assistance, a lawyer's advice is inevitable today in our society. And therefore, among all the professions, I would consider that the legal profession is in the top priority. It is the most sacred profession among all the professions. Because an ordinary man, a poor man, a poor farmer, when he is confronting various legal issues, and when nobody else can help him legally, it is only the legal professionals can take up the issue of the poorer sections of the society. I remember the words quoted by Justice V.R. Krishna here in one of his judgments in Mumbai Kamagar Sabha's case. He said, the mere enumeration of the fundamental rights in the Constitution of India, the mere enumeration of the fundamental rights in the Constitution of India is not suffice unless and until there has to be a mechanism to ensure justice to all. And that is the objective of our legal profession. We may be having innumerable rights in the Constitution. We may be having innumerable rights in the statutes and various enactments. But unless until there is a strong and effective mechanism is ensured in case they are violated, these rights are violated, then what is the use of it? So therefore, now the responsibility has been shouldered upon the legal professionals, including the students, law teachers, lawyers, judges, and legal luminaries. See, whenever an issue is confronted, it should be immediately addressed. And therefore, our students of law should be well equipped. They should be oriented towards how to face the issues and how to resolve the issues. Our students must imbibe the skills of argumentation, skills of analyzing the facts, skills of writing, drafting, and above all, skill of convincing the judges. Whatever may be the knowledge you have in the field of law, however you must have studied the legal provisions, and whatever may be your legal scholarship, unless and until you are not able to convince the judge to get the justice, all your knowledge will be waste. And our clients will be waiting for us that he is going to get justice from his advocate. And therefore, the responsibility of the lawyers, the responsibility of the law students and law teachers, even the teachers while inculcating the legal provisions, they are providing legal education in the four walls of the colleges and universities. They should also, in fact, inculcate certain values, certain skills, and our law students should all have a very strong language, We have been seeing across the country, many lawyers they are failing in their profession as a result of lack of the good language. It could be regional language or it could be English language. Whatever may be the language, you must be well equipped with the language. If you have a good language, good communicative skill, and good understanding, and a good argumentative nature, and if you have a good language to convince the judge, I think these are all the requirements of a student of law to ensure justice. So therefore, the students must imbibe the skill, the good language, and also at the same time, you should also understand patiently. You must have a patience to hear how the argument takes place, what the judges they say in the court hall, and how the questions are being imposed. And by having understood the intricacy of the questions which are posed by judges, or the argumentation put forth by the other judges, the opponent lawyers, you must patiently hear all those things, and you have to react based upon the existing law, based upon the decisions of the courts, and based upon your skills. And I'm sure that conducting moot court competitions to law students across the country, in almost all the law colleges, I'm very happy that the KLE Society Law College has been continuously, incessantly conducting this kind of program in order to boost our law students, to fill confidence, to ensure confidence in them to become the best advocates. I always say that if you want to become an advocate, be a best advocate among the 100 advocates. If you want to become a legal practitioner, be a best legal practitioner among 100 legal practitioners, best engineer, best architect. So therefore, in order to have this best advocates, what to do? We have to inculcate and imbibe the various skills to our students. And above all, the intuition of understanding, learning, and writing should be ensured to our students. At the same time, our students should also be, in fact, provided with how to analyze the various facts. They should be encouraged to make certain small research. Whenever a constitutional issue comes into existence, or whenever a constitutional issue is confronted, our students must be encouraged. They must be helped. They must be assisted to face these issues and to ensure justice. I am very happy today that more than 85 colleges, law colleges, and law schools are participating in this great event of 5th National Constitutional Moot Court Competitions. The only advice I can give to my students community is that while learning law, while studying law in your respective schools and colleges and law universities, you must dedicate yourself. Dedication, devotion are very important. And shortcut is not a panacea for any of your problems. You must dedicate yourself, commitment, honesty, and punctuality. They are the more important elements to become a very good advocate. Language, skills, and confidence, they're also equally important. At the same time, understanding the subject is also equally important. Many people, they have a good skills, communicative skills, good language, good convincing nature, but they do not have the knowledge of subject. In the subject, they are very weak. So therefore, let our students imbibe the good skills, knowledge of subject, then the nature of argumentation, then at the same time, the convincing our judges, because how best you convince our judges, that depends upon your knowledge, your language. I take this opportunity today to wish all the participants who are participating in this today's fifth National Constitutional Law Moot Court Competition of 2022-23. And as our Preetham SURANA has said, this kind of conducting moot court competitions certainly will inspire our youngsters to take up the profession with honesty and commitment. And at the last, I would say, whatever may be your knowledge, whatever may be your status of advocacy or legal profession, please ensure that your knowledge you acquire, the knowledge you gain, and the scholarship you have in the legal profession should be benefited to the society. Millions and millions of poorer sections of the society, they are expecting something from the legal professionals. They are expecting justice. They are expecting justice, and because millions and millions of people, they are not able to approach the court for redressal of their grievances. And therefore, it is the responsibility of the lawyers, it is the responsibility of the young lawyers, young students, to take up these issues on behalf of the poorer sections of the society. Because if you look at the prison population across the country, you may be surprised to know that 40 to 45% of the prison population in this country, they're all youngsters. They're all youngsters. They have been languishing in the jail for nearly 10 to 15 years without being subjected to trials. And this is the fate of the system we have today. See, therefore, we have to be confident, we have to be honest, we should be committed to our profession, and let all our students and all our legal professionals, including all legal law teachers and law professors, we should be work towards ensuring justice to one and all in this country. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir, for highlighting the importance of a lawyer's ability to convince the judges through good language and communication. I'm certain that our participants will find this useful when they go through the rounds of the competition. Now, I would like to invite our guests of honor, Shri P.N. Rajeshwara, to share his words of wisdom.
Chief guest of today's function, Professor Dr. C. Basavaraju, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Karnataka State Law University, Hubballi. Guest of honor, Mr. Preetham SURANA, Head Academic Initiatives, SURANA and SURANA International Attorneys, Chennai. And my Reverend Principal, Dr. J. M. Mallikarjunaya, and the organizing committee members, faculty members of KLE Society, KLE College, and all the wonderful young participants who are the to-be lawyers of tomorrow. This is a wonderful occasion for me to share my thoughts on the moot court competition, both as a person who has participated as a mooter, as also as a person who has been part of the organizing structure of these moot court competitions. In my past 30 years of experience as advocate, I'm sure more than 60-70 moot court competitions I have been part of the inauguration, preparation, organizing, and all those things. See, moot courts are the place where an intending lawyer gets the first feel of a courtroom experience. All of us have watched the courtroom scenes in the movies, episodes, then social media. The reality is not what is projected in these movies and social media. The reality is something else. Our courts today are hard pressed for time. 6 to 7 hours that they hear the matters in a given day, they will have a very long list of cases to be called out and considered. So it is in this context that we have to carve out a niche for ourselves. how different we are. How is that we are able to present the case to the judge and make him understand our perspective of the matter within the shortest time possible. There are no places today for lengthy arguments, except for very rare cases of constitutional challenges and questions of law involved. Not all lawyer would get an opportunity to argue cases at length. There's a very limited time that is available for all of us. And within that time, we'll have to present our case. You are all lucky because at least 15-20 days in advance, you get the problem and you get to prepare for it from both sides and look up all case laws on the point and discuss with your faculty members and seniors in college and then come prepared. But as lawyers, we don't have that luxury at all. We only know the case to be listed tomorrow morning, today evening. So we have very little time for preparation. So it is this time as lawyers in the student lawyers, you should spend more time with the library and the classroom. There's a general saying that what you learn in law colleges is of no relevance at all in the legal profession. I strongly disagree. If you have studied the law in your law college, if you have got your foundations in law perfect, definitely that will help you in the legal profession. See, ultimately, what is law? Law is a normative system where it says how the citizens shall behave in their interpersonal relationship, either with a co-citizen or an alien or a government. See, ultimately, as lawyers and courts, what we decide is the rights and obligations of parties. Rights and obligations of parties are determined based on the sources of law. As you all know, sources of law are statutes and precedents. So unless we know the statutes and the precedents, we'll not be in a position to know what are the obligations and rights. And unless you know the rights and obligations, you will not be able to just get justice to your client. I'm not saying that you must know everything, because it's a very common statement that all the lawyers make, that a lawyer need not know all the laws, but must know where to find them. So this moot court competition gives you a first-hand opportunity to find out where the law is, what the law is. Today, because of the information explosion, you have so many websites, so many softwares where you get access to information. Now, your difficulty today is not the difficulty of lawyers of yesteryears. Yesteryear lawyers had 1 or 2 digests, and if they have gone through those digests, then they are up to date with respect to legal information is concerned. But today your job has become difficult. You have so many sources of information, and every day any number of courts keep deciding the same question of law differently, and you have different case laws being laid down by different courts. So you have to keep update on these aspects of the matter, and therefore it is time that you get your fundamentals worked out in college level itself, because you will not find time to find out what is meant by right, what is meant by a person, what is meant by an obligation, what is meant by liberty, what is meant by power, what is meant by privilege. All these things you will have to learn at the college level itself. If you have learned all these things at the college level itself, then when you go to the profession, you will know what are the legal obligations or jural relationship. Take any dispute that comes up before the court, it ultimately depends on the jural relationship. Jural relationship means you have a landlord-tenant relationship. You have a police and an accused relationship. You have a husband and wife relationship. You have a father and son relationship. You have a debtor and creditor relationship. You have an employee and employer relationship. Depending on the jural relationship, the rights and obligations are determined by courts of law, applying the principles of law coded in the statutes. Therefore, the first and foremost aspect that a lawyer would have to do is to identify the jural relationship between the parties. Therefore, when your moot court problem is presented to you, the first thing that you should do is to find out what is the jural relationship between the parties, that is the petitioner and the respondent. Only thereafter, your next question starts. If this is the jural relationship, what are the rights and what are the obligations? Once you identify the rights and obligations, then the question arises, what is the issue involved in the present case? So to understand the issues involved in the present, in a given case, first you must know the jural relationship and then the rights and obligations. Once you identify the correct issues involved in the case, then comes how do you marshal your facts to fit in to the given situation. So there comes the analysis of your facts. Then the next issue will be how to apply the given law to the facts of the present case. Then the last thing is what is the prayer that should be sought from the court of law. See, if you have identified your issues properly, you have analyzed your facts properly, and you have applied the law on the facts, then the prayer becomes easy to understand. See, if you are a petitioner, in the present case, for example, in the petition, the prayer would be to strike down the provision of law as unconstitutional. And if you are a respondent, the prayer would be for the dismissal of the writ petition. Therefore, identifying the prayer is also important, because unless you ask for a relief from the court, you will not get it. So what relief to ask for is most important. This is how a problem is to be understood and analyzed. Now, coming to the next aspect of the matter, drafting. Drafting a moot court, drafting a memorial. See, it's different from drafting a pleadings as we understand in CPC. Drafting a memorial is an independent aspect of the matter, nothing to do with the pleadings that we contemplate in the Order 7 of CPC. Pleadings is different with respect to the case of the plaintiff and case of the defendant, or case of the petitioner and case of the respondent, or appellant and respondent. But when it comes to written memorials, it is virtually a case of written arguments. That is, you analyze the facts, apply the law, and give the case laws in support of your case and pray for the matter. This is actually what you argue in the open court. That will be there in the written memorials. Now, my request to all the students is, once you are thorough with your written memorials, there will not be any issue with language at all. If you are thorough with your facts, take it from me, the words will flow out of your mouth. The words that you have reread in the memorials, those words will automatically come into your mouth. You don't have to worry at all. So you have to be thorough with your facts and law. And if you're thorough with your brief, then the words will flow into your mouth. Don't have any hesitation in that respect at all. Next question is how to answer the questions of the judges. The first and foremost tip to budding lawyers and the mooters is, don't buck the question. Immediately answer the question. Don't say, I'll come to it later, or my co-counsel will deal with the issue. No. When a question is asked by the court, you have to answer the court then and there itself. And you can always say, this is how I could wish to answer the question, and in detail, my co-counsel will deal with the matter. Then the next question is, next way of presentation is to have a smiling face and to look into the eyes of the judges by establishing eye contact. This is most important. If you don't establish eye contact and you don't have a smiling face, that itself will put the judge off. Now, my senior used to tell me that no matter whether you win the case or lose the case, you must always have a smiling face, because it is not you winning or you losing. It is the client winning or the client losing. You are here only to advocate the case of the parties. If a plaintiff comes, you argue for the plaintiff. If a defendant comes, you argue for the defendant. And it is here that moot court gives you the opportunity of presenting both the sides of the case. Plaintiff, petitioner, respondent, defendant. Now, this is called as the skill of alternative lawyering. A lawyer must have the skill of alternative lawyering, arguing for and arguing against. There's nothing like res judicata for a lawyer. that you argued in the previous case in this fashion. Now you can't argue the contrary in this case. That's such rules will not apply to an advocate. This is only for the cases, not for the advocates. Advocate can canvass the alternative lawyer. See, there is something called as in communism, dialectical materialism. That is, any proposition in a society, there will be thesis. Then there is antithesis. Ultimately, you arrive at synthesis. So ultimately, the plaintiff argues, that we may call it as thesis. The defendant defends, you may call it as antithesis. Ultimately, what the judgment the judge gives, that is the synthesis. Therefore, we must never be judgmental as lawyers. It is not our duty to pass judgments. In fact, our legal ethics, the Bar Council legal ethics says that I have no choice in deciding my client. If I am a lawyer in a particular field of law, whatever case comes, I have to take up. I have no choice to say that I will not take up this person's case or that person's case. Ultimately, I'll have to discharge my duty as a lawyer. I'm not here to be judgmental. Therefore, I have to present to the court the case of the client. Ultimately, it's the decision of the judge to decide one way or the other. He may favor me, he may not favor me. But I must not be judgmental. I must do my duty as a lawyer to present my case, the case of my client to the fullest extent possible, that whatever benefits the client can get within the system of law should be given to him, or I should get him. This is the object of a lawyer. See, basically, all citizens may not have the skill to present their case. Therefore, they engage the services of a lawyer who is disinterested in the dispute. He has no sides to take. He is disinterested, and he can properly counsel his client to say that what you did is not correct within the framework of law, or you have been really wronged and this is your right, and therefore will approach the court. So this is how a lawyer's profession is based. This basis of this profession is to help the person who cannot present his case properly. That's all. That is our duty. We have to put across the point of our client to the judge. Ultimately, the judge may accept my case or may not accept the case. However, if your lawyer does a good job, the chances are that there will be mitigating factors in favor of the person who, though, has committed something wrong or illegal in the eyes of law. To give you small examples, in our courts, day in and day out, we know that in certain cases where we very well know that the client has done something seriously erroneous, still he gets away with a light punishment. It's all because the way the case is presented before the court. You can make a mole out of a ant. You can make a mole of an ant hill, or you can make it a mole, or an ant hill a mole. It all depends on how you present the case. So therefore, this moot court platform is to initiate into the real-time experience of how to stand, think on the feet, and do justice to the client. Ultimately, we are not concerned with the results. Here we are marking your performance, but that marking is not going to decide how good a lawyer you are or what was the merits of the case in these proceedings. We are not here saying that a particular lawyer has merit and a particular student lawyer does not have merits. Here we are only assessing your ability to present the case of the client in a good fashion. Now, coming to the last aspect, which I want my learned young budding lawyers to notice, is a legal profession was the second last resort of a scoundrel. Today, it is most sought after. The very fact that there are about 44 colleges participating in this moot court competition multiplied by 3, this itself shows that the number of law colleges means the number of people opting for law has increased. So it is not the second last resort of a scoundrel, but this is a profession where sky is the limit. There is no end for learning. You are a student throughout your life as a lawyer. You can always be, let me tell you, no case is the same. Every case you will have different things. You will become a learner forever, and you will always be, your head will always be on your shoulders. It will never allow you to become arrogant, because every other lawyer is better than one lawyer. but you must feel that you are the best lawyer in the country. With that confidence, you can take anybody, everybody, no matter what is the standing of your opponent. If you have the confidence in yourself, then you are the best lawyer in the country. That confidence you will get by participating in such moot court competitions. I wish you all the best, do well, and bring laurels to your schools and colleges and for yourself. Wish you all the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much, sir, for drawing attention to all the skills that a lawyer needs and boosting confidence in our participants. Listening to you was a great pleasure. Moving further, I would like to invite our beloved principal, Dr. J. Mallikarjunaiah, to deliver the presidential remarks.
Thank you. Our beloved Professor, Dr. C. Basavaraju, and the esteemed Vice Chancellor of Karnataka State Law University, Hubballi, and the friend, philosopher guide of KLE family, Mr. Rajeshwar, Mr. Preetham Surana, my dear colleagues, and all the participating teams in this 5th edition SURANA and KLE Constitutional Law Moot Court Competition 2022. At the outset, I congratulate and express my sense of gratitude for the top law schools of the country showing interest and registering in our moot court program in this big number. Before I forget, let me wish you all the very best and a very meaningful participation in this event. And one piece of advice to you is, though there are 44 teams, as you know, the rules of the game demand only one to be adjudged as the winners. All of you have come here to be that winner and give that best in you. And fight rather, compete with that sportsman spirit. May the judges decide the best team to be the winner, and all of you, I wish, must have a great learning experience, is what my advice is at this stage. And Professor Basavaraju and Rajeshwar sir have spoken at length and so relevant. I was honestly missing the importance and the beauty of offline program, and where beautiful talks like this are delivered. Though we are online, the kind of lectures that we had, the kind of talks that we had just a while ago are really satisfying for the reasons, while our professor emphasized the importance of growing importance rather of legal profession at global level. Nevertheless, he did emphasize the constitutional goal of social responsibility of a lawyer. What else is required? These are the important things that have to be addressed to young budding lawyers at this stage. I really appreciate that and express my gratitude for bringing those words of sense and those words of responsibility to the young teachers. Young lawyers, young and budding lawyers. Then I was so happy for Mr. Rajeshwar. In particular, I was happy for the reason of emphasizing the importance of learning in law schools and the importance of theory, foundations, theoretical knowledge, the learning of which happens in law schools, go a long way in shaping the best lawyer, is what very appealing to hear from a successful advocate. Nevertheless, he spoke of the tips that are necessary to win the judge in a real court, to win the moot court competitions. I'm sure those are the tips the participants are going to use and derive benefit out of them. Well, when those highly relevant aspects on this occasion have been spoken, I'm myself being the beneficiary of those talks. I'm not very sure at this stage what contribution I'm going to make through this speech. But however, I am fond of recalling this expression to my benefit, that when faced such a situation, they say one way to handle the situation is to be brief, to be bright, and to be gone soon. I'm not very sure of accomplishing the second. I will bless myself with the comfort of being brief and be gone soon from my talk. Well, on this note, I would like to tell you, since you are in moot court, while to make a successful lawyer, other events like client counseling, trial advocacy are important. As Preetham Surana in his initial talks remembered the importance of moot courts being spoken by Justice Krishna himself, and which is the motivating source for well, I lost the connection for a few seconds. Am I audible to you now? Am I audible now?
Yes, sir, you are.
Yes, sir,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Thank you. I did lose the connection for a while. Of course, I was mentioning the importance of advocacy skills and importance of novel interpretations you may come up with. This is my last advice to you on this occasion. While you must have come prepared so well, you must have brought in the logical interpretations. While life of law, as quoted by Justice Holmes, is not logic, life of law is logic tempered with experience. We must look at the things in a holistic manner and try to come up with the novel interpretation. That will last long rather. When I am talking about novel interpretation and when I am talking about the holistic interpretation, I am reminded of Justice Krishnayar's contribution and the insights that he gave us in the context of understanding and interpreting the definition of industry under Industrial Disputes Act 1947. The insight he gave us and the holistic approach he preached to us was this, that he observes, when you look at the statutory definition of industry, you must look at it with the dictionary in hand, with the constitution at the heart, and the previous judicial decisions in mind. Look at the holistic approach Justice Krishna has preached. He believes that would lead to some sure characteristics of twilight zone of turbid controversy. Of course, a dictionary is required to understand this language, but look at the importance of language, look at the importance of novel interpretations. What I'm trying to tell you at this stage is, apart from the technical interpretations you must have learned, apart from the preparations that you must have made, when the stress is brought in you by the judges, very well experienced judges, you must bless yourself with the ability to manage that stress. And while you manage that stress, don't confine yourself to the logical arguments. Don't be the devil's advocate. Have a holistic approach, and the instant interpretations are always important and they will have a lot of substance. try to figure out those instant responses instead of giving the wrong answer or the answer that serves to beat around the bush. These are the things that are indeed going to put your performance down. Have the courage to say no to any question posed. Have the courage to come up with novel interpretation. Have the courage to leave aside the argument, stereotype arguments and arguments to beat around the bush. I think with this advice, I once again wish you all the very best and give your best performance, winners and others in this event. I take the opportunity now to invite you for KLE Society's KLE Law College Sparkle 4.0 at Mumbai, where we are hosting our constitutional law moot court again between 16th and 19th. We wish to see you there as well. Registrations are open. You can go and register for Mumbai Law College registration as well. Mumbai Law College moot court as well. I think with this, once again, wish you all the very best. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for that encouraging speech. This marks the end of the inauguration ceremony for the 5th SURANA and SURANA and KLE Law College National Constitutional Law Moot Court Competition. Now, I request Mr. Ashwin Menon, Assistant Professor, KLE Law College, to deliver the vote of thanks.
A very good morning to one and all. It is my privilege to propose the vote of thanks at this joyous occasion. First and foremost, I would like to extend my sincere thanks on behalf of KLE Law College to our chief guest, Professor Dr. C. Basavaraju, Vice Chancellor, KSLU Hubli, who had spared time from his busy schedule to grace this occasion. Thank you, sir. I would also like to extend the deepest gratitude on behalf of KLE Law College to our guest of honor, Sri P.N. Rajeshwara, Senior Advocate, High Court of Karnataka. Thank you, sir, for gracing this occasion and for your wise words of encouragement to the participants. I would like to utilize this opportunity to thank on behalf of KLE Law College, our guest of honor, Mr. Preetham Surana, Head of Academic Initiatives, SURANA and SURANA International Attorneys, for his constant support in this endeavor. Thank you, sir. It is my pleasure to place on record my humblest gratitude to the pillar of this institution and the pillar of this event, our principal, Professor Dr. J.M. Mallikarjunayya. Thank you, sir, for your continuous support and minute-to-minute encouragement. I would like to utilize this opportunity to extend my deepest gratitude to Dr. Manoj Kumar V. Hiramit, IQAC Coordinator, for his constant support. Thank you, sir. I would like to extend my thanks to Ms. Rashmi R., Assistant Professor and Event Coordinator, for putting this event together wonderfully. Thank you, ma'am. I would also like to thank Mr. Tanmay J. Patil, Assistant Professor, for his guidance and technical support. Thank you, sir. It is my pleasure to utilize this opportunity to thank Mr. Kavishankar Pradhan, MCC Coordinator, for his tireless efforts. Thank you, sir. I would also like to express my profound gratitude to the participants for their participation, interest, and involvement. Thank you all. Last but not the least, I would like to utilize this opportunity to thank the members of Moot Court Committee, the student volunteers, administrative staff, and all other faculty members for their around-the-clock efforts and support, without whom this event would not have been possible.